everybody. Welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. We're so excited today. Love is in the air, and we are here to profile all of the films coming to Hallmark for Countdown to Valentine's Day and the mysteries that we'll be seeing in the month of February. And we might throw in some bonuses at the end as well. And this is very fun. People love our previews. And I am so delighted today to be joined for this preview show. I'm Rachel, and I'm joined by Liana and Megan from Hunks of Hallmark.
Hello.
Hi. Thanks so much for coming on the podcast again.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
The original Hunks of Hallmark episode, which I'll put a link down if people want to listen to it because it was really fun, is one of our most listened to non-Christmas episodes of the whole year. So you should be very excited.
Well, that's exciting.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Honored.
Well, thanks, everyone.
Yes, you're stars. Definite. You and Hallmark Hubby were just immediate big hits.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So how was your Christmas? Christmases, I guess.
Christmas was good.
Yeah.
Spent it with family.
Yeah, very relaxing with family. It was great.
Oh, good. Did you guys get to see a bunch of the movies? What did you think of the Hallmark slate this last?
I thought it was all right. I remember previous years definitely being a little better. I do like, surprisingly, the ones in November.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve. That was great.
Yeah.
I like that one. I even liked the Pemberley Manor one, and that was like the first one. And then it kind of slowed down for me. But overall, I guess I would give it like a 7 or 6.5. Yeah. I like Lifetime movies. They were good.
Oh, yeah. What were your favorite of the Lifetime?
I liked the Christmas Contract.
Yeah.
And, oh my gosh, what was the other one?
It was
the one that you liked.
You watched Christmas Perfection?
It was hilarious.
Yes!
I made Liana watch it with me. I was all like, you have to watch this.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. And I think I saw it like 3 times.
Yes! I'm so excited.
It was great. I'm glad she made me watch it.
I'm so glad. Yeah, it was the best of all of Christmas. It was so fun. I loved it. I agree with you, though. As far as Hallmark, I think it started out stronger than it ended. Like all the way through Thanksgiving, really, I was like, wow, it's almost every single one of these movies I like. This is amazing. Yeah. And then there was some rough weeks. Like there was a weekend where I didn't like any of the movies, and so that's when I was like to Casey, I said, let's just talk about Christmas Perfection. I don't want to seem like a total jerk, like I want to talk about something that I like. And we'd only talked about it on the non-Hallmark podcast. We hadn't actually talked it on the regular show. And there's a lot of people that, only listen to the regular Wednesday show. And so anyway, I was just like, I need to talk about something I like, or I'm going to be like Grumpy Dan all of a sudden on my own podcast. I don't want to be. And so, yeah, I really liked Christmas Pen Pals as well on Lifetime. I don't know if you got a chance to see that, but I recommend that.
Yeah, we liked that one too.
That was so good. I mean, because I've never been like super high on Niall Mater. Like I like it fine, but he wasn't like a favorite. But that movie, oh my gosh.
I have to agree with you on that. I saw him in a whole new light.
Yes. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with him now. He was so sexy in that movie. It's just like writing
all for
it. His lashes were all sorts of like gold. Like I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really. Like, I mean, just there is something super sexy about a guy writing a letter. That's just great.
Oh,
yeah. And it had Giles Panton, who was the king of Christmas this year. He was amazing.
Oh, yeah. What did it? 5 movies he was in?
5
movies.
I'm
surprised he hasn't been in any winter movies or Valentine's. I don't think he's going to be in any. Where is he?
That's right. he's slacking. He's only a Christmas guy. He's like, it's all he does.
He's taking a well-needed break.
Right. But it
He
was
worked really hard.
Yeah. And hopefully maybe he'll come back for spring fever movie.
I hope so.
I don't know. Spring fling, whatever they call it now. I can't remember. But yeah, but one of them, he was in, I don't think you guys in California get the Up channel, but he was in this movie called Christmas on Holly Lane. And it was actually a really good movie, but it has Sarah Lancaster in it, and Karen Holness, and they play like longtime friends, and they're having this one last sort of Christmas together in this old house of theirs. And he plays Sarah Lancaster's husband, and he has an affair, and it was like,
oh my God!
I got died. I was shocked.
No, take that
he?
back.
I know.
Take that back.
Like, he didn't have an affair on Sarah Lancaster. It was shocking.
My goodness.
No,
I'm clutching my
not our
pearls.
child.
Yeah.
Not my child.
Not my child.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's right. And because I'm just so used to, these squeaky clean, Christmas movies. It was like, what? I even put on Twitter, I was like, Giles, how could you?
I'm shocked.
It was shocking. But it was
I need to look for that.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good movie. But anyway, so yeah, it was interesting, I would say. Yeah, I agree with you about It's Christmas Eve. That was really good. And and Tyler Hines definitely he's fantastic.
we better see
the
him
whole time
from here on out.
Yes.
Spring
more
fling,
Tyler.
June weddings, harvest, whatever
every season.
he needs. Every season. He's my
minimum
favorite.
one movie per season.
Yes, I agree. And yes, and then that one was really good. I also loved the Road to Christmas. That one was really good, I thought.
Oh, was that the one with Chad McMurray?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that one too.
It was really good.
That was good.
And,
also an early movie.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, that's right. And I already interviewed Cardi Wong, and I interviewed Jesse Schramm before that movie came out, and I just had interviewed Cardi Wong, who's great. And but I have interviewed Zach Hugg, the writer, and I think that we'll post that next week. But he's hilarious. He's great. So that was exciting, sort of some new blood into the Hallmark writers. You know, you can kind of tell when that you get a new writer, and it's just got that energy and yeah. I mean, Tracy Andreen was the true star of, I think, Hallmark 2018, because she had so many great scripts last year. She did It's Christmas Eve. She did Love, of Course, which I thought was really good. I'm trying to remember what else. Anyway, she had just a ton of great scripts and I liked the way in It's Christmas Eve, it was very kind of tongue in cheek. But she did Once Upon a Prince. She did Under the Autumn Moon. She did Wedding March 4, but oh well.
I guess you can't have them all.
Yeah, you can't have them all. And then she did Christmas Joy, the Cookie Crawl movie, which I thought was hilarious. That
one was cute. Except that awkward kiss moment. Oh my gosh, we brought it up and now I'm cringing.
Yeah, that's
but it was
true.
Great.
Well, and it was completely nonsensical, but that's part of the reason why it was so fun. Because that cookie crawl was just like, what is going on? Somebody added it up, and it was like 300,000 cookies. Like they would make
my god
off,
dang.
And that's just for one house on the cookie crawl. And
they need to invite us next time.
I know. And I just loved how there was all this shade about the neighbors making chocolate chip cookies. What a pedestrian.
That was hilarious.
Oh, so anyway, that was Christmas. And it was an adventure. It was very exciting. I'm so glad you guys got to see Christmas Perfection and all its grandeur. But that's not what we're here for today. We are here to preview the countdown to Valentine's Day. And because they have Winterfest, the countdown to Valentine's Day is only technically 3 movies. In fact, it's kind of weird because they actually say that it's a countdown to Valentine's Day with only 2 movies plus a bonus movie. And then there's just like one movie that's just like floating out there, and it's with no holiday attached. So it's pretty fun for February.
Yeah,
hanging around.
Yes. And then we're going to talk about the detective shows that are going to be airing in February. And and then have 2 feature films that I thought would be kind of fun to talk about. So we always have these ridiculous rating systems for these preview shows. And so I was thinking it would be fun for this one to do a Valentine's like ranking system. So the worst thing you could get on Valentine's is a broken heart. So that will be our bottom as far as anticipation for the movie. And then you have a box of chocolates is the next up, or chocolates. And then roses, a dozen long stem roses, of course, would be the next one. And then a diamond ring is obviously the best Valentine's gift you could get. So do we agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So let's get started. So the first movie airs on the 2nd of February, and it is Valentine in the Vineyards. So this is back for the 3rd installment. Frankie and Nate manage life on the vineyard and plan a wedding in secret. So we don't have much of a plot in there, but how did you feel about the first 2 movies? What about you, Liana?
I actually liked them a lot. I like both the movies. I think I like their chemistry, Brendan and Rachel E. Cook. I enjoyed them. So I'm excited for the 3rd one.
Yeah. What about you, Megan?
To be honest, Marcus and Brendan, I didn't even need a preview for it at all. Like,
you're on board.
Watching him in autumn vineyard and in the summer, like, and Rachel E. Cook, she was awesome. Like, I loved all of them. I think I liked autumn in the vineyard the best from where they meet. So I liked that one the most, and I'm excited for this 3rd one coming out. Because come on, Marcus, Brendan, you don't even need anything else.
Yeah, that is very hunktastic. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed the first one. The second one I have a bit of almost nostalgia for because it was in the very first episode that was actually officially the Hallmarkies podcast that we ever did, was Summerfest episode.
Aww.
for that year. And I didn't like it. I thought it was super boring. I don't know. I just had no investment about this wine. And is the wine going to be ready? And do I care about this wine? I did not care about the wine at all. And I just felt like their relationship didn't really grow at all. It was just kind of stagnant, and we're just sort of supposed to be super invested on the wine, and I just wasn't invested on the wine.
You were not invested on the wine.
No. It's just like for the most part, these Hallmark movies, the magic farmer kind of like scientific farmer like person thing usually is not for me. Like, that's usually very boring. Like, I did not like, this isn't Hallmark, but on Lifetime, the poinsettia movie, and like, are the poinsettias gonna turn red? Like, of course, like, that's not that's not interesting to me.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they're green poinsettias, but are they gonna turn red? I don't know. It's a Christmas movie.
Who knows?
It was so boring. And but yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it since then, and since it was the very beginning, it'd be interesting to see what I think now that I've seen so many. But I don't know, it was just like, oh, it's so slow. But I'm hoping that now for this third one, now that they've promised us that they're going to get married, that I was surprised they didn't end the last one with a proposal. With them.
Right. So I wonder how it's going to go. If they're going to end this one, or is it going to be from the beginning? It'll be interesting.
Because it was originally it was going to be called Wedding in the Vineyard, and then they changed it to Valentine in the Vineyard. And they're planning a wedding in secret. So I hope it's not like they plan this whole thing and then they decide, oh, well, we're not going to get married. We're going to wait just so they can have another sequel.
I hope not. Please don't.
Then it'll be June wedding 2020. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It'll be like a wedding march, but they'll just keep like keep delaying it.
I hope they don't do that.
Because they're like living in the same house. This is a little shady here. Like they need to get married. I mean,
maybe they're already married and we don't know.
Yeah, that would be fun.
The twist.
I mean, I like the idea of a secret wedding.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you guys know, but I hate Hallmark weddings for the most part. I find them just like I do not like bridezillas at all. I don't think that's funny. I don't like the trope at all. And I find it very irritating. I'm like, you're very lucky that you found someone to to love you and want to get married. Like, I don't have any tolerance for that behavior.
I get it. I totally understand what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, it's just because I'm 30 single. I'm like, no. No excuse. But anyway, so doing it in like secret, that sounds kind of more fun to me than like.
Yeah, I agree.
So some details we have about it is written by Rick Garman, who is a legend. He's amazing. And it was filmed in November and December. And it's directed by Terry Ingram, who's done a bunch of stuff. So originally they were going to do this last year, but just kept getting bumped and bumped and bumped, I think because of the cast, just getting them all together with Brendan Shores and all the different stuff going on. It was tough. And I guess Terrell Rothery is going to be in this one. She's always great, so that's good news. And evidently, I can't remember if Ruth told me this or somebody told me that Marcus is going to have like a real like love interest in this one. So, that was another weird thing about the second one is she was so rude to Marcus because he had broken up with her cousin or friend or whatever that was, and I was just kind of like, boy, people break up, like calm down.
But when it's family.
It's like the worst person to ever live. But anyway, so Valentine in the Vineyard. What score would you give it? What Valentine rating?
I'll give it I'll give it the dozen roses.
All right, good.
And then I'm gonna give a dozen roses too, and hopeful that when I actually watch it, I'll come back and be like, all right, they get a diamond.
Yeah. I will give it a chocolates, but I'm very hopeful as well that it'll be like diamond ring. This is amazing. Back to the level of the first one. So We'll see. Just don't bore me, please. Rick Garman, I'm
We're hopeful.
All right. Okay, so second one. I was so excited that we had you on once I found out that our good friend Sam Page is making it to this one. It is The Story of Us. I don't think we'll get to see him in his boxer trunks like in The Perfect Christmas Present. We can all hope. Yeah, we can hope.
Yes.
The Story of Us, which is a little confusing because that is also the name of the Bruce Willis movie from the 90s. It's like super sad.
So,
well, I hope Bruce Willis is in it.
Yeah.
It's a remake.
Yeah. But I was like, is he gonna die? Is Sam Page gonna die?
No.
But it's Jamie learns that her first love, Sawyer, is the architect of a development that wants to change her beloved neighborhood and threatens her bookstore. Can old Valentines help them see eye to eye? This makes me laugh because there's nothing worse in Hallmark than a condo developer. That's like, it's like evil incarnate. Like, you can't do anything worse.
Yes.
And they're always tearing down the bookstore. The bookstore has to go.
Yeah, that's right. There's nowhere else to build. We have to have the condos right there.
But then people don't have a place to live.
Yeah. I think that, like I was saying, that I think the ultimate challenge I was telling Zach Hug, I'm like, the challenge is to make a well-meaning condo developer. That would be the ultimate challenge for a Hallmark writer, because
there's no such thing.
Yeah, because they're just the worst. They want to ruin every small town. And
they really do.
And they hate books. Like, what's wrong with books?
Yeah. Books and coffee shops, I feel like.
Yeah. Which, I mean, they're kind of the worst. So what are you going to do? No. They're lies. They're not the worst. Yeah, it's really, really funny. And Maggie Lawson is back after a little break. And so we get her back, which is fun. And Sam Page, our good friend, is back. So that's very exciting. And this is directed by Scott Smith, who also directed Autumn in the Vineyard and Frozen in Love, and some of and the first Signed, Sealed, Delivered movie. So that's good. And it's co-written by Tracy Ann Dreen, who is the best person. She's the best. I love her so much. And so I think she actually evidently first announced the movie on our very podcast. So that's
awesome.
Yeah. So we got the scoop early on. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, the trailer looks like it could be a little boring. So, but I'm counting on Tracy to make it fun and make it cute.
Yeah.
I don't know. What did you think of it?
Cute. I'm kind of excited for it just because I like Sam Page. And I like Maggie Lawson too. She's awesome. So I'm excited to see it and see what, no pun intended, develops.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So Megan, what do you think about this?
I'm kind of like, I love Sam Page and I'm hopeful about it, but I feel like it's the same story kind of, just with the Valentine theme. But since the director did Autumn in the Vineyard, which I loved, and I loved Frozen in Love, I'm definitely gonna, check it out first before I think it's a snooze fest. But I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be cute. And I feel like they'll have pretty good chemistry. I feel like they have similar sort of sensibilities. I just feel like they'll mesh well.
Yeah.
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 I can see that.
Mm-hmm. So this is on the 9th, and I am going to give this a dozen roses.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm gonna give it chocolate, but hope we see Sam Page in boxers, and then it gets an automatic upgrade.
So a diamond.
Yeah, agreed. And what about so what rating will you also give it?
I'll give it the roses as well.
Very good. Okay. Good. All right. Next we have Love, Romance, and Chocolate. This is New York accountant Emma Colvin is heartbroken when her boyfriend leaves her before their planned romantic getaway to Belgium for Valentine's Day. That's like the worst. How could he leave? Oh my gosh.
Like this trip was paid for.
Yeah. What? Convinced by a friend to go
on his
alone.
dime.
Convinced by a friend to go alone on the trip, Emma has the adventure of a lifetime when her Belgium innkeeper introduces her to a renowned chocolatier, Luke Simon. Luke and his fellow chocolatiers are in the midst of a competition to create the most romantic chocolate in Belgium for the upcoming Belgian royal wedding. He discovers her kitchen skills, and soon she's immersed in the competition, and a budding romance develops. So what's interesting about this is I thought this was a full-on princess movie. That's what I thought Brittany Bristow had said. But it sounds like it's just going to be sort of like there's not even a fake country. Like they're using a regular country.
Oh, well, that's exciting. True. That's different.
Right. And I mean, I think it's just going to be sort of like it sounds like it's not going to be a real royal movie, which yay.
No one's going to become a princess at the end of this.
She'll be the princess.
And no one's pretending.
the princess of chocolate. And I mean, we knew this because how could she stay an accountant? It's Lacey Chabert. Of course she's gonna end up cooking something. Like what?
Of course. And it has to be chocolate.
Yeah. And it's Lacey Chabert, Will Kemp, who was in Royal Matchmaker, and Brittany Bristow. And this looks pretty promising. It has the same director of Very Merry Mix-Up and Northern Lights of Christmas. It has Love Blossom, which I thought was another scientific farmer whatever, like is the perfume gonna be ready, you know, like not for me. Not for me. But it has a new writer, and and it is filmed in Belgium. And that's right. Brittany had said it was called The Royal Chocolatier. But I'm very excited to see that it's not a royal movie. And but yeah, I mean, I love Brittany Bristow. She's delightful. And
she's super cool.
And I feel like it's been a while since there's been a Lacey Chabert movie that I've loved. I mean, I liked the Africa one well enough.
Oh, yeah. I like that one, too, actually.
Yeah, that was cute. But I was really not a fan of her Valentine's movie last year. It was not my favorite.
Oh.
I don't know. And I didn't really like the Pride, Prejudice, and Mistletoe. It was not my favorite. So I feel like we're due a great Lacey Chabert movie.
I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah, right? Because the last one I really loved was Moonlight in Vermont. That one was great. So hopefully.
Oh, yeah, that one was a good one.
Mm-hmm. And this one will probably.
Did you like, I know I'm going off subject, but the one with Mariah Carey, the Christmas movie?
Not my favorite.
Christmas Melody.
It's not my favorite.
But it was so great but so bad because Mariah Carey had way different lighting than everybody else in the movie.
Yes.
It's like she filmed it like in a different place.
Like it was not Lacey Chabert's fault at all that movie was.
Oh, not at all.
No, not at all.
Or Brendan Elliott. They were fine. They did everything right. But like, I just could never get over that weird song sung by the little girl. First of all, you have Mariah Carey in your movie. Why isn't she singing? Like, what is going on? Second of all, why do you have this little girl singing this like super sexy, weird song? Like it was so odd. It's like a Come Hither song, and I'm like, I feel really uncomfortable. And it felt like an homage to Mean Girls, but like the song in Mean Girls is sort of inappropriate. Like what?
Oh yeah. Well, the dance is inappropriate.
Yeah. I don't know. It was so weird. I was like, why is she singing this sexy song? I don't understand. Anyway, so yeah, that one wasn't my favorite. But oh well, what are you gonna do? But hopefully this one will be much better than that. I think it will. I think it'll be good.
I think it will. Sure. It'll be way better than that, I'm sure.
Yeah. So Yeah, I mean, still, oddly enough, my favorite Lacey Chabert Hallmark movie is still The Elevator Girl, because I feel like sometimes I like the old school Hallmark movies better than these new ones, because the thing I like about Elevator Girl is that you have a full progression of their relationship from the day they meet till they have, they have challenges, they, ups and downs,
Mm.
and then they actually, like, get engaged, get married. Like, it's the full thing. It's not just like 2 weeks together or a weekend and we're in love. And so I like that about it. It feels like a real relationship. And secondly, I feel like both characters are like pretty well fleshed out. They both have flaws, they both have strengths. You can see, like, he's not just a bad guy at business. He has like weaknesses and strengths, and you like him, and he's almost the protagonist of the movie. And I don't know, I just think it's better.
Yeah,
I like I've never seen it.
Yeah, I have to catch it when it's on. And I always see it on, and I'm like, Elevator Girl, like, this is right up my alley. I need to watch it. So next time I see it, I'm going to record it or just watch it because I want to see it.
Yeah, you have to see it
and you sold it.
Report back what you think, because I don't know, I just think it's better. I love, like, that whole era. I mean, I love Trading Christmas. I love Elevator Girl. I love Smooch is one of my favorites, which is a really good Valentine's one. If you're looking for a Valentine's one, it's delightful, with Kelly Martin in it. You should see it. She there's a prince or whatever that gets amnesia, and the
I love it already.
or lord or whatever, and her daughter finds him and thinks that he is Frog Prince that has been.
Oh, you know what? I think I've seen this one.
Yeah, it's so cute. It's really good. Anyway, okay, so what rating would you give Love, Romance, and Chocolate?
Okay, well, I really like Will Kemp. I like him in some of his shows that he was in. I saw him in Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce, which is a little raunchy, but, it was great. And I like him. I like him as an actor, so... And Lacey is awesome. And Brittany, I hope she gets a man. I think she got one in the last movie, but she better get one in this one too. So I'm going to give it roses.
Yeah.
I'm excited that it's written by someone that has no Hallmark credit.
Yeah.
Because it's a fresh find, if you will.
Yeah.
And I love Will Kemp too in Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce. He was great in that show. I kind of wish they'd bring him back. And yeah, I hope Brittany gets the man too. I think I'm gonna give this roses as well, but hopeful for diamond rings.
Yeah, I'm right with you guys. It's roses all around for me so far. I think that it looks like it has a lot of potential to be really fun. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right, last one for Valentine's. We have Love on the Menu. This is, we just know a chef makes a deal with a frozen food executive in order to save his restaurant. So that's going to be dicey. Frozen food. But it's Autumn Reeser, Kevin Smith, and Barbara Niven. So that's a dream team right there, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
And it says a new director, Ellie Canner. It's exciting, a female director. That's cool. And it is actually written by Kevin Smith. Very exciting.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what he could bring.
Mm-hmm. And he has done, he's like a super into to cooking and food and stuff. So like I feel like he'll do a good job of that. And I really loved Wedding Bells. I don't know, have you ever seen that one?
Yeah. Is that with Danica?
I like that a lot.
With Danica.
Yeah.
I love it. It has one of my favorite lines of any Hallmark movie when she's eating the weird egg thing that he made. She's like, eggs and pickles, two things I like separately. I don't know why. I think that's so funny. And also, I just love the fact in that movie how they actually break up at the end, and like you see them like missing each other, and I know it's just different. Like when else? I've never seen that in a Hallmark movie, and I like it. It makes the ending so much more so much more poignant. Originally called Falling Stars. Now they moved it to Love on the Menu. That was a good change, I think. And it has Willie Ames, who was in Harvest Moon and Dater's Handbook. He used to be on Eight Is Enough way back in the day. And then Jordan Ashley Olsen is in it, who's been in a bunch. So I'm actually really excited about this. I think it has huge potential. I feel like Autumn and Kavan will have great chemistry, and like Barbara Niven is always the best. So yeah. So I'm actually gonna go full on diamond ring for Love on the Menu. I know, it's pretty exciting.
All right.
So Megan, what would you give it?
I'm gonna give it roses. I'm super excited that Kevin wrote this. I'm really interested to see how it turns out. So I'm definitely supportive of that. And Autumn Reeser, she's great too. So I know they'll be a good team duo.
Yeah.
So roses for me.
Very good. And Liana?
I'm gonna give it roses as well. I'm playing it all roses tonight. It seems like I'm excited to see Kevin's writing.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool that he co-wrote that. But yeah, I'm gonna give it roses.
Very good. All right, so let's talk about the mysteries. The first mystery is Emma Fielding Mysteries More Bitter Than Death. And you might be saying, wait a minute, Rachel, you already previewed that in the Winterfest preview. And that would be correct because they changed it and now it's in February. So, but we had to do it again. So, so the summary reads, while hosting the annual gathering of the Association of the Study of American Archaeology at Kensar College, Emma Fielding is thrust into the midst of a murder mystery when the president of her organization is poisoned on the eve of announcing her successor, with many of the leading archaeologists present having expressed their entitlement to the presidency prior to the murder. Emma and FBI pal Jim Connor have plenty of likely suspects. So Courtney Thorne-Smith, James Tupper, Mark Valley. What do you think about this? And have you seen any of the other Emma Fielding mysteries? What do you think, Megan?
I have not seen any of the Emma Fielding movies, but I think this one might be a snooze fest. I mean, I'm fine for archaeology. I mean, as long as, Brendan Fraser or Indiana Jones is there, then, I will definitely be interested. But I don't think it's happening for me for this one.
Yeah.
I might take a break on February 10th.
What about you, Liana?
I'm actually going to agree. I haven't seen any of them, but it's not really standing out too much for me personally. But if Brendan Fraser is in it, I will definitely watch it.
Surprise cameo for Brendan Fraser. I mean, the last one was
cameo.
Yeah, the last one was super boring, and it had Kimberly Susted. If she can't save it, I don't know. But
then.
but it is directed by Kevin Fair, who's done a bunch of Signed, Sealed, Delivered, and has the writer of the Darrow and Darrow, but she also wrote the last one, which I didn't really like. So I don't know. I will give this. I mean, I think I gave it a snow flurry in the last one. I don't think I gave it melted snow. Correct me if I'm wrong, people, but I don't know. I feel like Broken Heart is too strong, but I don't know. I'm really not that interested in it. I don't think it deserves chocolates.
It's okay. You can say it.
Okay, it is Broken Heart. I'm not excited.
We're on the same page.
The fact they made me preview it twice is going to get harsher. Anyway.
Yeah, I give it a Broken Heart. Maybe it could be mended, but time will tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, broken heart for me too.
Okay, good.
We're bold with this one.
Yeah, we're all more bitter than death.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next two are both Chronicle mysteries. There's actually 3 Chronicle mysteries, but one of those is in March, and I couldn't find any summary or any information on the third one. So we're just going to talk about the 2. The first one is Chronicle Mysteries Recovered, and it is so exciting because it is about a podcaster. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So thrilled. Allison Sweeney, if you're listening, come on our podcast. It would be so fun. I've been trying to reach her so much. But Allison Sweeney plays Alex McPherson. She returns to the small town in Pennsylvania where she spent her summers as a girl to record the next episode of her true crime podcast and the disappearance of a childhood friend 20 years prior. However, after teaming up with the local newspaper editor, who reluctantly agrees to help her retrace the girl's last steps, Alex not only uncovers the shocking truth behind the girl's disappearance, but also a decades-old murder and its cover-up. So this sounds pretty intense.
Yeah, I am all for this one. I listen to true crime podcasts as it is, so I'm really excited for this one.
Yeah. Well, and it's like so natural. Like this does not feel like a stretch at all. You know, this is not she's not a baker.
It's not Murder, She Baked.
That's right. And Benjamin Aries, he was in I think he was in oh gosh, what's it called? The Falling for Vermont, I think he was in.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I liked him in that movie.
I didn't really like the movie, but he was good. Yes. So that should be good. I feel like they'll probably have decent chemistry. And I'm just so excited to see this podcaster. Oh my gosh, it's so cool.
Yeah,
I know.
Really cool.
I hope this gives you inspiration so you could be a sleuther on the side, and we could write your story, and your detective man could be Andrew Francis.
Oh,
Hallmark, yours out.
Gosh.
We have Rachel the sleuther.
Yes. Oh, that would be great. Although I'd be really concerned about my friends and family.
You would pick the right cases. It would be okay.
Okay, good. I don't really have anybody expendable in my life. So I'm like, I'm going to be solving crimes with Andrew Francis, but it could be really fun.
It will just be
not a bad job.
Yeah.
It would be good.
It'd be very, my book.
It would be very meta. That'd be great.
Yeah.
It does have Lisa DeRupp, who's in A Million News, Rebecca Staub. She's great. Toby Levins, Karen Holness, ton of Hallmark regulars are all going to be in this one. And so that's really cool. And so this first one, what are you thinking as far as your rating?
I'm going to give it a diamond ring.
Yay! Me too, diamond ring.
Yeah, I'm giving it a diamond ring too. I love where this is going, and I don't usually watch the mystery movies. I think I've only seen a couple garage sale mysteries.
Okay,
but
they're
this
the best.
one, I'm actually gonna tune in for because it sounds amazing.
Yeah, it sounds so good.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really looking forward to it, and I know that Allison Sweeney has. I think she's executive produced it, I believe. Like, she's been very involved.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. So, I think whenever people are sort of passionate behind their project, that's usually a good sign that that's going to be good. But yeah, then the second one is called The Wrong Man, Chronicle of Mysteries, The Wrong Man. Podcaster Alex McPherson seeks the truth behind the tragic death of a young lawyer, while partner Drew finds himself diving into the shady mishaps of a shipping company. So let's see. This is most of the same. It's directed by Terry Ingram, who we talked about earlier, and so he's a pro, and it has the same writer, and it has some of the same supporting talent: Toby Levins, Karen Holness, Brittany Wilson. Peter Benson is in this one. I hope he's the villain. That would be hilarious because he's really great. I feel like he'd be good, kind of over the top, like villain.
Yeah.
Adrian Huff, Jesse Moss. So, for some reason, I'm a little bit less excited about this one, but still excited. So I think I'll still just give both of them Diamond Ring, but like maybe just slightly less carrots.
Yeah. It's a 1 carrot, not a 2 carrot.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'll give this a dozen roses, but it has to be delivered by the Bachelor, and hopefully he gives me the diamond ring at the end.
Good. Yeah, very good. That's right. Okay, so
I really like Megan's rating. I'm gonna go with Megan's rating.
Thank you. Yeah, very good. Okay, so I just thought it would be fun, since I knew we'd have a little bit of time, to also preview 2 romantic films, feature films, coming out in February. And I thought this might be something fun we could maybe start for future preview shows. And there's 2 feature films coming out in February that we considered romances. And the first one is called What Men Want. And this is a remake of a gender swap remake of the Nancy Meyers film What Women Want, that starred Mel Gibson. And it's passed up for a well-deserved promotion. Sports agent Allie Davis wonders what else she she wonders what else she needs to do to succeed in a man's world. Hoping to find answers from a psychic, Allie drinks a weird concoction that suddenly allows her to hear what men are thinking. Using her newfound ability, Allie starts to turn the tables on her obnoxious male colleagues while racing to sign the next basketball star. And this has Taraji P. Henson and Max Greenfield in it. Megan, what is your thought about this?
I do like the original What Women Want with Mel Gibson and I think Helen Hunt.
Yes.
I did like that movie. So when I did see this commercial, when I saw the preview, I was like, oh, okay, I'll see it. I do want to see it. I do want to see this version, and I'm hopeful that it will be good to see the other perspective of What Women Want. So I like it. I think I'm going to like it. Hopefully. I want to see it.
Yeah, cool. Liana, what about you?
Yeah, I'm excited for it too. I like that it's a different version of it. It's the women that can read the men's mind now, because I do love the Mel Gibson version as well. I think what was it in What Women Want? Doesn't he get like shocked in the bathtub or something, and then he hears
the hair dryer in the bathtub.
Yeah, and I don't know how I feel about this concoction thing, but I'm definitely gonna see it, and it sounds ridiculous and great, and I'm excited for it.
Mm-hmm. So I actually hate the original What Women Want. Yes, I know, because I think it is so sexist. It really, like, every single character in that movie, all they think about is sex. Like, all the women, that's all, even his daughter, that's all she's worried about, is going to prom and if she's going to have sex or not. And the whole thing with Marissa Tomei, I was just hated that plot line so much. And like, he's giving her this like gift of a great night in the sack, like, and that's going to make her feel better about her life. And I'm like, forget that. I don't know any women that are like, if I get a good that's going to solve all my problems. It's just going to make your problems worse. And I just felt like all the observations of What Women Want were the worst. And we're so, we're just so awful. And I don't think it makes it any better to gender swap it and have it be like, oh, look, all men think about is sex. All men want is shallowness. And
well, we already need that.
Yeah, it may be true, but nevertheless, I don't want. I don't know. I am really down on this movie. I think it looks terrible. And I just feel like this is a really bankrupt concept. The whole idea that like you can kind of create all these sort of shallow observations about like, oh, all women want this or all men want this, because we're not all the same, like we're all different.
Yeah, that's true.
And we're not all defined by our gender. Like we are like some women want some things and some women want other things, and some are really ambitious and some aren't as ambitious. Like, we're all individual human beings, and I don't know, I'm just not a fan. So I am definitely, this is a broken heart for me. I'm not excited at all, but
Well,
who knows?
Well, now that you bring up all these valid points,
Sorry, that's why I wanted you guys to go first.
that's okay. So mine definitely goes down to a box of chocolates.
Okay. Sorry.
Well,
Okay.
you make very great points. However, I think it's just going to be a ridiculous and kind of a mindless movie, and it'll be fun and funny. Nothing to take too seriously. So I'm going to stick with my dozen roses.
Very good. I love it. Yeah, I think maybe I do maybe overthink it a little bit, but we'll see. Hopefully they can at least make it better than the Mel Gibson.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm going to give it a chance because you never know. This generation's really woke, so who knows what's in the movie.
Yeah. The thing that amazes me is that, like, Nancy Meyers, she's the director. Like, a woman directed What Women Want. Like, how on earth could she think
it was a different time?
Yeah, it really was. Oh my gosh. What was Nancy Meyers thinking? Anyway. So the second one that we're talking about is called Isn't It Romantic? Natalie is a New York architect who works hard to get noticed at her job, but is more likely to deliver coffee and bagels than design the city's next skyscraper. Things go from bad to weird when she gets knocked unconscious during a subway mugging and magically wakes up to find herself in an alternate universe. Always cynical about love, Natalie's worst nightmare soon comes true when she suddenly discovers that she's playing the leading lady in a real-life romantic comedy. So this stars Rebel Wilson and Liam Hemsworth, and I am so excited for this movie. I think it looks hilarious. The whole idea of, like, all the tropes of romantic comedy, but it's like PG-13 in her life. I think it looks so funny, and I'm so hopeful that they nail the comedy. Because, I mean, I like Rebel Wilson. She can be really funny. She can be not funny, but hopefully she'll be funny.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think it has so much potential to really make fun of all the stuff we spend so much time talking about.
Yeah, I agree. I saw the preview, and the preview made me laugh, and I was like, all right, I am seeing this. And, like, it's everything, like, I want to be her in the movie. Like, can't it be a romantic movie every day for me? Like, I wanted to be her. It looks hilarious. It kind of reminds me of Enchanted a little bit when the princess comes to, I guess, the city. So it seems kind of like that, which I loved that movie too. So I'm all for it. I think it looks hilarious. And I love Liam Hemsworth, and I think Adam Devine's in it, and he's hilarious too. Oh,
yeah.
So I'm super excited.
Yeah. And I love, like, they're supposedly spend the night together, but it's like nothing happened. It's like, oh, that was great.
We just woke up. What do you mean?
She's like, no, I'm in a romantic comedy, but it's PG-13.
Let's try this again.
It's exactly the same thing happens all over again. Yeah,
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm giving it a diamond ring. I'm really hopeful about it, and I hope I will laugh a lot. So, do you guys?
Yeah, diamond ring.
Very good. All right, so we did it. We talked about
Yay.
all for February.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a pretty fun slate of films. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, let us know if you're listening what you're looking forward to, what rating you would give it, what Valentine, and all these different things. And that would be a lot of fun. And let us know on Twitter or in the comment section. And so tell people, how can they find the Hunks of Hallmark on?
We're on Twitter and Instagram, just those two, and it's at Hunks of Hallmark.
Great. Yeah, and it's so much fun. You guys always, Leanna, especially with your captions, You're brilliant.
Thank you.
You do a great job.
I try.
Yes, and you can find me at Rachel's Reviews all over social media and on iTunes and YouTube. I'm going to be doing coverage of the Sundance Film Festival every single day. When this airs, I'll be right in the thick of it. So if you want to follow what's going on at Sundance, check out my channel, and that would be great. And if you guys can put your ratings and reviews of the Hallmarkies podcast on iTunes, we really appreciate it. It helps us a lot. You can give us a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. We really appreciate it. Follow us all over social media. We try to post every single day. And thanks so much. And we look forward to hearing what you think. And and we'll definitely have to have you girls on again soon. I love just talking to you. You're so much fun. And thanks for coming on and doing this preview with me.
Thank you so much. We had so much fun.
Yeah. And so, yeah, we'll talk to you all later, and happy Valentine's. Bye.
Bye. Happy Valentine's.
Bye.